So on the show this evening, we ask, is the BJP being selective in targeting the Congress with its black money list? That's what the Congress alleges. Joining us, Shaina NC of the BJP, Ajoy Kumar, spokesperson of the Congress, and the former top cop, Dr. Kiran Bedi. Thank you very much for joining us. Ajoy Kumar, let me come to you first. Are you certain that there are no Congress leaders? Because it seems pretty clear from what Arun Jaitley told NDTV yesterday that the Congress has reason to be worried.
You know, Vishnu, I think BJP will be also extremely embarrassed. See, the list is around 800 people. And then there has been a selective leakage. You know, there is a Prime Minister speaking to a Council of Ministers saying some names will be revealed. Then Mr. Jaitley saying some names. So we are saying, bring out the 800 people's list. Whoever is guilty, hold them accountable. And I'm very sure that even, I'm very sure that people in the BJP will be embarrassed. And that's why the whole exercise of saying selective leakage. I mean, you have
no, but Ajoy, will anybody in the Congress be embarrassed? That was my question.
I have no idea, but the question is because the 800. See, one thing, Vishnu, is I'm just saying that there are 800 people on that list. I have not seen the list, but I'm very sure that what is coming out is that there will be people in the BJP also who will be embarrassed. But with the couple of interesting facts which I want, there's been a selective leakage in the media. Some names will be revealed. Why don't you reveal all the names? No, secondly, it is diversion of attention.
But he said that he will reveal all the names which go to court against whom there are investigations which are being initiated by Indian authorities. He's never said that the names of the remaining 650 plus will not be revealed.
But I want to ask you, Vishnu, a very pertinent question.
Yeah.
They filed an affidavit. In July 11, the Supreme Court asked to reveal the names. The government of India, the present government of India went and filed an affidavit asking to say that we will not be able to reveal the names. The question is the Supreme Court in July 11th had asked. And as far as the German double taxation treaty goes, it was Mr. Jaitley's government then who signed it. That's what if you can check the facts with the income tax website. So we are all saying, Mrs. Bedi is there and everybody is saying that the Prime Minister went ahead, Mr. Baba Ramdev went ahead and said 15 lakh ek Bharatiya Nagrik ko you will get into your bank account. This is a diversion tactic. Where is the money? Please bring back the black money. And you promise the country, people in this country. The second, the other factual, the other incorrect factual statement of Mr. Jaitley on SIT. On 1st of May, the Supreme Court gave an order for the formation of SIT. The government came in power on 17th, got elected. I mean, the elections results were announced on the 17th of May. So they didn't form the SIT because they were so sincere. They formed the SIT because on 1st of May, the Supreme Court gave an order to form the SIT.
Okay,
so if you are going to package that you did...
Yeah, you know, Ajoy, you've made lots of points. So let me get Shaina to respond to some of them. Shaina, the first point is that, look, during your election campaign, the BJP, and I believe it was the Prime Minister, who said that within a finite period of time, perhaps 100 odd days, the black money which is outside will be brought back. But I mean, that was just rhetoric at the end of the day. It's not as easy as that. Will the BJP admit that? That what was said in the past was rhetoric. You may be trying to do it, it doesn't exactly work that way.
Let me ask you a counter question. You had 15 years, rather 10 years of active participation of the UPA. 15 years in which they have been also talking, every government that they came to power. 1 second, in 100 days they talked about bringing back black money. Please understand that we in record time had an SIT established. If anyone has heard the Honorable Finance Minister's interview with your channel itself, the NDTV, we wouldn't even be on this debate today. What does he say? He says that there is a sovereign treaty which took place between our country and Germany. The Germans clearly said that the evidence has to be produced in court. It has to be used as prosecution and for investigation. It is not to be used for political use. What did Mr. Arun Jaitley say with Barkha Dutt's interview on NDTV itself? He said exactly this. He said, we are not shying away or hiding this list. What benefit would it be to us for us to hide this list? Moment these facts are established in the court and the charge sheets are filed, he said clearly that all the names would be exposed. And I would like to please, because we selectively, choose one sentence from here, one sentence from there. I would like to quote what he said. He said, it does not prevent us from disclosing the name. It merely says disclose it to a court and don't disclose it to the media. And when you disclose it to a court, it automatically gets carried into the media. That's all that we are saying. Now, I don't think you can have more clarity than this.
No, but China, tell me something, because you yourself said something interesting now.
And one more thing, one point, Vishnu, yes. Just let me make one more point.
Yes.
Mr. Jaitley also said one point which I think the Congress has not bothered to have a rethink about. The biggest embarrassment, if at all, is to the Congress party, because their leaders are part of these 800
and
names.
It will be to BJP,
we have nothing
China.
To hide and nothing
China, and that's a misconception. That's a misconception, China. There'll be a lot of BJP names, I'm sure.
Time will tell.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, why jump the gun?
No, but Shaina, you just said in that statement of yours a moment back that Arun Jaitley's remarks were not to make a political point. They were just to state the obvious. There are investigations, names will be revealed. But if his intention was not political, why did he have to make that statement of how the Congress would be embarrassed? Wasn't he trying to score a political point?
There's no question. If it's a fact and a reality that you've had lots of Congress leaders who have amassed public wealth in various parts of the world, and they think that they would get away scot-free. This is a different type of government.
No, but China, you've hit the nail on the head.
Justice to all and appeasement to none.
Who are these Congress leaders who have amassed wealth in different parts of the world? Give us names.
We can't be speculating in your studio.
No, but then you mentioned this point. You say there are Congress leaders, and yet you don't want to mention them.
But Vishnu, I think it's, I can't be more clear than this, that if you have a treaty with a country where one of the clauses is that you can use the names only in investigative procedure, and that too in the court of law, then we have to abide by that. Post the investigation and post finding out who the actual culprits are, these lists are going to come into the public domain, because it will be a public document. So until then, if we are going to try and say that the BJP is not doing its job, I mean, get real. The public of this country sees that we have been the most proactive government, and the kind of political will we have shown vis-a-vis black money.
Ajoy, before you come to, before you interject with your point, I think Shaina has a valid point that she is mentioning, and that point is as follows. And Arun Jaitley spelled it out that in just a limited period of time, we have had that agreement now. Perhaps belatedly, but we have an agreement with Switzerland that says it's very clear. They will now be assisting us in a manner in which they have not in the past, as long as we have evidence to give to them that, look, we are not just picking out random names, we are actually investigating these people. And if you believe that these grounds are valid, then please help us some more in our investigations. That is something that the UPA has not really been able to achieve.
Vishnu, I want you to tell you that those 800 names came during the UPA time, and it was bound by the same, same curtain which Mr. Jaitley is hiding behind. The 800 names came during the UPA time. And the other issue is, confuse the people of India. One of the commitments, you went to the public and said, we want black money back, we want black money back, bring us back our black money, 15 lakh rupees per person in this country. What happened to that? Was it an election slogan? Fine, then accept it. You went all over the country. Now you say, no, the processes. When we said that the processes handicap us by doing this, the BJP, Mr. Jaitley, Mr. Ravi Shankar, Mr. Javadekar, all the BJP leaders said, why are they not revealing the names? It went on for 4 years. And we kept telling them, today when Mr. Jaitley hides behind the same logical curtain, he seems to be, taking a very statesmanly position. I think it is absolutely, dubious. They blamed us during the past 3 years. Reveal the names.
Okay.
You are not revealing. Why are
Kiran
you scared
Bedi,
of
come in over here.
DTA doesn't prevent you.
I mean, ultimately, Dr. Bedi.
I'll just make a quick
point. But Shaina, I'm not running away. We've got plenty of time.
Why don't you just see Mr.
Okay. Shaina, just bear with me, because it's very unfair on Dr. Bedi. She's been listening very, very patiently.
Okay.
Dr. Bedi, do you believe that ultimately this is, this entire controversy is rhetoric at this stage? On the one hand, all political parties say they will bring back black money, but all political parties, whether it is the BJP or the UPA, end of the day, are bound by legalities, by treaties which you have signed. So therefore, it's not enough for the Congress party to say, look, the BJP said they'll bring back black money. They've not done anything. At the end of the day, despite the rhetoric, whether it's the UPA or the BJP, you have signed agreements with countries. You're bound by that. You have to tell the Supreme Court that.
Vishnu, as I understand, it's a matter of perception.
Okay.
Earlier, unfortunately, the past was perceived as not trustworthy. Honestly, it was not. Whatever they did was suspect. Unfortunately, this was the situation, whether we like it or we not. It was because of the overwhelming scams which we went through. So it was a perception they were suffering from. The current system has changed. Now it's not, that is not the perception. The perception is give them time, they will have to honor their commitment. So the perception here is believe them till they are not believable. The past perception was can't believe them because it's not been worth it. This has been the situation. So but whatever also has been seen is, they made progress. They had the new government has set up the SIT. The team went to Switzerland. Switzerland has also softened its standard, saying, you give us evidence, we will give you information. This kind of work, threesome work, had not been done in the past. And that's why this action was missing. So what do you believe? Fourth, now that the list will be with the Supreme Court, according to the treaty, you can disclose names only which are going to be investigated. Now there's a question of, should others' names who are legitimate account holders also should be made public? I think this is a property going to be, the names is going to be in sealed cover before the Supreme Court. I doubt if the Supreme Court would say, make everybody's public. I think those who are going to be investigated, I believe, against whom there's evidence, obviously go public.